Hi friends, Steve here at Forest Lawn in the Hollywood Hills once again, and today's trip is for all of you Three Stooges fans. I'm heading to the gravesite of actor Vernon Dent, who you probably already know was the Three Stooges' favorite co-star or sidekick or second banana. According to the threestooges.net online database, he appeared in 96 Three Stooges films. Other than the three main Stooges, Moe, Shemp, and Curly, plus Larry, Vernon Dent appeared as an actor in the Three Stooges films more than any other co-star. There is one other actor who appeared in just as many of their films, but he appeared mostly as Moe Howard's stuntman or stand-in, and his face was rarely seen. I'll tell you more about him in a minute, and I'm guessing some of you might already know who I'm referring to. Now, I've seen deer in cemeteries before, and I've even seen them in this cemetery before, but I've usually spotted them very early in the morning, and I've never seen more than a handful of them at a time, and never an entire herd of deer like this in the middle of the day. And apparently I'm not the only one who's a little bit shocked to see this sight here in the cemetery. There are quite a few other cars here in this section that have stopped to take pictures and videos like me. Since everyone stopped to film them, they decided to stand up and move on. They're moving slowly because I think they really like this section here and they love the grass. And they're heading over, actually they're just a little to the right of Ricky Nelson's gravesite. But today I'm looking for actor Vernon Dent, who's supposed to be here just to the right of them. So let's see if we can find him. Now, from what I read, Vernon Dent started his career as a singer and a songwriter. And you know, it really does help to have friends, especially friends in high places or very helpful places. So it turns out that Vernon Dent became friends with Hank Mann. Hank Mann was one of the original Keystone cops and worked for Max Sennett at Keystone Studios, so he got Dent a job. After gaining experience as an actor working at Keystone Studios, Dent later joined Columbia Studios in 1935 and began working with the Three Stooges in their films. And he went on to appear in more Three Stooges movies than any other co-star, at least as far as I can tell. Now, I believe it was his Wikipedia page says he appeared in 56 of their films. But then on my last Three Stooges video, I asked for any superfans to let me know if he appeared in more. And T.N. Hammerwriter informed me that he appeared in 96 of their films. I wonder if Vernon Dent had to pay extra for all the entertainment and for all the wildlife visiting his gravesite. I think it'd be worth the extra charge, don't you? It'd be fun to have deer visiting your final resting place. There's a grave right there. So thank you, T.N. Hammerwriter, for sharing your knowledge with us. That's pretty cool to know. If you check Find a Grave, Wikipedia, IMDb, or any of the dozens of Three Stooges websites, you'll find that most of them disagree on the number of films that the various co-stars appeared in, so I'm going to go with the threestooges.net database information. Okay, I just cleaned off his grave a little bit to make it easier to see. It was kind of covered in grass and debris. Not too bad, but it's a little bit easier to read now. Vernon Dent died from a heart attack in Hollywood, California on November 5th, 1963 at the age of 68. He was a very large man, and later in life he had gone blind as a result of diabetes. His gravesite is located here in the hillside section, overlooking the cemetery and the San Fernando Valley down below, and his Find a Grave memorial page does include a GPS to make it even easier to find. The actor I mentioned earlier was born John Kacerosky, but his stage name was shortened to Johnny Kascier. Does that name sound familiar to you Three Stooges fans? It should, because one online source says that he appeared in at least 60 Three Stooges films. Another source says that he was in at least 90 of their films, and threestooges.net says that he was in 103 of their films. So technically he was in even more of their films than Vernon Dent. He's probably remembered best for playing the Emir of Schmow in their films Malice in the Palace and also Rumpus in the Harem. But as I mentioned earlier, he was primarily Moe's stunt double and stand-in, so his face was rarely seen. He died in a nursing home in South Pasadena, California on May 10, 1974, at the age of 84, and his Find a Grave memorial page says that he's buried at Pacific Crest Cemetery in Redondo Beach, California, but there's no photo of the grave or directions to find the grave, so I searched the cemetery's own website using both of his names, but he doesn't appear to be buried there. His Find a Grave memorial says that he was cremated there, but it appears that he wasn't interred there. If anyone happens to know of his final resting place, please share with us in the comments section down below. During nearly 50 years of Three Stooges films, thousands of cast members and co-stars appeared in these comedy classics. And some of the biggest names in Hollywood got their start in Three Stooges films. And it's also fun to see stars that were already big-name stars make their appearance alongside the Three Stooges. If you have a favorite Three Stooges co-star, cast member, or sidekick whose gravesite you'd like me to visit, please leave their name down below in the comments section, and I'll see what I can do to find and visit their final resting places. I think it'll be fun and interesting to see which names are requested the most. I recently visited the gravesite of Emil SIDEKICK, the actor also known as the Fourth Stooge, and I'll put a link down below in the description section just in case you missed that video. I also visited the gravesite of all 6 Three Stooges a couple of years ago, and I'll include the link to that video as well. This week I'd like to give a shout out and a very big thank you to my newest Patreon supporters, Philip Corner, Christina Maxwell, and Brian McClemens. Thank you so much, Philip, Christina, and Brian, for your generous donations to my channel. They are very appreciated. And thank you to all of my many new subscribers this week too. So if you enjoyed today's trip down memory lane and want to make sure you don't miss any of my upcoming trips, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. I typically upload at least one video every single week, usually every Friday, but then occasionally, and quite often lately, I've been uploading 2 or 3 videos a week. So if you're not a subscriber, you won't be notified, so you won't even know that I've uploaded those videos, and you may miss some of the best ones. So please subscribe, and until next time, thanks for sharing the memories, everybody.